Hello, 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 hello. Beattie Boy here, British People's League at you this February 27th, 2013. Now I got the beeper and the alarm clock shut off. I have my hat on in lineup, I hope, folks. The telephone ringer. The telephone ringer. Let's shut that off. Now, state of shock. The assistant couldn't make it over today. The show must go on. The show must go on. Speaking of show, how do you like my outfit? We've got the British Bulldog, and of course we have Sir John just behind. Twitch nervous? Gotta learn sometime. Throw the boy in the pool. Let's see if he can swim. Okay, seriously, the topic for today's show, BPL projection year 2023. BPL projection year 2023. So I look out the window, we've got a guy going up the bell pole. I thought, what the hell next? Okay, projection 2013. I'll tell you where we're going to be at in 2013. For one thing, this guy would be a pinch older. But my worst enemies out there, forget it. Ain't packing it in. Ain't going to happen. I'm quoting from a good old boy named Alistair Cook. Those of the Grey Brigade may remember the name Alistair Cook and his letter from America. Alistair Cook, his letter from America. It lasted for 58 years on the BBC. Now, this isn't America. We're part of North America. But I'm just using a sample of what age can do. Age for wisdom. Alistair Cook lived till he was 96 years old. 58 years he delivered letter from America, right wing, talking about our peoples, our history, right while he was in America. If Alistair Cook can do it, JB can do it. If Alistair Cook can do it, JB can do it. Hey folks, we're still on. If there's teenagers out there doing YouTube, so surely I can keep up with them. Speaking of teenagers and the Grey Brigade, let no one part those who are proud of our British roots, our British stock. Grey-haired brigade and the youth, the young, together. We're all in this together. We take it casual on these shows. This is the third video, of course, and I repeat, February 27th, 2013. We take it casual, but we know it's serious. We all see the news every day. This doesn't have to be a news broadcast show. Anyone with eyes can see what's going on. The Prime Minister of Britain said that multiculturalism does not work. We see the results in the cities, the shootings, the killings, the murders. And yes, it's multiculturalism. Doesn't work. We're getting more inquiries. The first two videos were successful. We have people who are inquiring I haven't heard from for years, and that's the key. Sorry for those who don't like preaching to the choir. I do. I want to draw back members of the choir who have strayed for our BritishPeoplesLeague.com BPL projection to the year 2023. BPL projection to the year 2023. So what's the big deal? Well, that's 10 years from now. 120 months. 120 months ain't so long, folks. Ain't so long. What do we project for the British People's League? We're going to have financial support coast to coast. We're going to have people on salary. We're going to have people fighting the battle to retain our British roots in Canada, our British Canadian roots, along with the help of our European cousins. But the core of our legal lobby force will be those of British stock roots. Why? Common denominator. Algebraic common denominator. Look up in the phone books of the small villages across Canada. Cooper, Jones, Smith, Thompson. British Canadian names. That's the way it is. C'est la vie. You look in the small villages, of course, in Quebec, French Canadian. But the majority of those of the white villages across the Dominion of Canada are still of British stock. Speaking of British stock, don't forget our good buddies at Candor. Candour. Punch in Candour in Google and you'll come up with Candour. Do Candour YouTube. They're great associates in Britain. So, 2023, 10 years from now, we're going to have the dollars. We're going to have the support. Well, it's automatic. You can't push people against the wall without there being a reaction. That's all through history. I'm not saying anything new. And it's going to be us. Because we're British Canadian. We've been through the mill. We know the score. We've developed a blind copy list of people that we can trust. The other day, one character wanted to drop by. I said, forget it, pal. I don't even know you. Get lost. Stay clear here. We ain't fooling around. This is for people that we know. In the choir. Now, there's been strays. We want you to come back. Come back home to the choir. Refine it a little bit. You know, dust off some of the rough edges. As if I haven't dusted off some rough edges. We're going to have vans coast to coast. Our legal process vans. Our van plan. Number 2 video, check it out. The details are all there for the van plan. We don't need to repeat the van plan. By the year 2023, the British People's League, we are going to have Parliament in Ottawa trembling. Trembling. Not under threat. Heavens no. Legal lobby force. But they will be trembling. Our growth will be astounding. How am I so sure? It's automatic. Throughout history, you can't push people against the wall and expect them to just take it. Lech Wałęsa and the Polish worker yards started everything rolling against the old Soviet Union. Solzhenitsyn with his brilliant books. They were persecuted. Well, our peoples are persecuted, especially with that bloody Section 13 of the human rights, human wrongs commissars across the country. It passed in the House of Commons. It's being delayed in the Senate. Well, come on, Harper. Let's get that damn Section 13 off the books. The hate law of Canada is on the books. And video number 1, the whitewashing of John Beattie. I put my hand on my heart as I speak. I think it's over here somewhere. I do have a heart. But I point out how I was used to get that hate law. Well, the hate law in the criminal code books is plenty to prevent people from talking about genocide, etc. We are being genocided against the white race, especially those of British roots in Canada. You know, Louis Riel is glorified. A murderer who was hung by the first Prime Minister of Canada, Sir John A. Macdonald. But Macdonald isn't praised as he should be, the founder of Canada. That's my point. So 10 years from now, 10 years of people seeing these videos are going to be key announcements. These videos are going to be like a focal point. I'm not going to compare it to Ron Hubbard of Scientology prior to his passing away, giving out his orders from his yacht in the middle of the Atlantic and circling and living on a yacht. But these videos get the point across. Young and old, we've had great emails. I'm not going to read them out. I mean, well, a thought just hit me too. The one email this week is kind of moving. Actually, I know the fellow well, one of our blind copy people. And he sort of hinted it'd be nice to bring up a point on the video, our weekly instructions to our mass out there. But so many people are trapped in multiculturalism of white British stock in the big block stores, whatever the hell you call them, surrounded by multicult third world all day for your 8-hour shift, your 9-hour shift. And when they coalesce, whether whatever multicult means to you, but when the multicults get together, they can make it embarrassing for a white supervisor. They can make it embarrassing. And in the lunchrooms, they're making racial attacks against the whites that are stuck in the multicult work environment. All I can say to you people stuck in the white situation, the white people stuck in the multicult work environment, you have to put up with it for the 8 hours. But just remember, after hours, you can assist the British People's League with information, intelligence information that we can use. Files are kept, you see. We're keeping files on those people, members of parliament, bureaucrats who are definitely assisting in genocide against those of British stock, white people in Canada and in Britain and in Australia. It's going on everywhere, the old British stock. Couple of little things that come through, though. I got to give the Harper government credit, the Conservative government credit, for bringing back Royal in the Royal Canadian Navy, the Royal Canadian Air Force. That's good. And then this neat thing a few months ago, whereby the British embassies and the British Canadian embassies are going to work together in unison, together, because of our ancient roots. So, there's some good things come out of the establishment. We're going to push for more for the protection of our peoples. If you actually get to see this video, then you'll know that Beattie did his first video all on his own. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Vans coast to coast. Read our van plan. Optimistic, we're going to have Parliament trembling. 10 years from now, 120 months from now, we're going to be rolling. The indications are out there. We're just missing some oil, okay, in the form of moolah loot. It'll come. It'll come. I'm confident as hell. Every right-wing setup in Europe, before their spokespeople became really, really popular, they had seed money. I've heard, whether it can be pinned down or not, but I've heard that Le Pen of the National Front in France actually was donated a small villa when he first started out. God bless his soul, John Tyndall, working hard for the National Front in Britain. He had a well-to-do father-in-law who was fantastic and supported. There's a fellow struggling, his name's being sort of tossed about, good and bad, are being said over there with the British National Party, Nick Griffin. Just in the last few months, he was willed $500,000, $500,000. We're not looking for that, but we'll get our share so we can go forward, not for personal gain. Sure, down the road, if we could employ that poor guy stuck in a supervisor's position in a big block store in downtown Toronto, if we could employ him to work productively to promote our lobby force, well, why not? The National Rifle Association of the United States does it. Any sophisticated, organized lobby force worth its weight does it. And we're going to do it. And we are it. We are it. We have connections coast to coast. Links with the motherland. Very few links in America. Lawyer Don is one of our favorites, but they have such internal problems in the patriotic organizations in the States. And I think it's because they don't have the common denominator. They don't have the common root. The Polish Americans, German Americans, British Americans. Whereas in Canada, we still have 50% of Canada in the villages are still a British stock. I'm not going to say they're all talking our language. 95% of them are hooked into the multi-cult with the idiot TV, the whole bit. But with 5%, we'll get rolling. So I repeat, in our projection from 2013 to 2023, 120 months from now, 10 years from now, we will have the support. We will have vans coast to coast with our protest. We're not going to change our platform for the van plan one iota, not one little speck. Read our editorial page carefully, BritishPeoplesLeague.com. Read it carefully. The van plan. Read down below. Read quite a bit of it down below. And of course, our book will be out at the end of the year, and that will tell a lot as to some attempts to regain our status in our own land. Just what happened there. We have a preview to the book at the very bottom. Scroll way down to the bottom of the BritishPeoplesLeague.com homepages. But the power of our legal BPL legal lobby force. Legal. Confidence. We're there. Okay? We're there. We're already there. 2023. When you have it in the mindset, folks, we're there. 120 months from now, we're going to be rolling. To some of the multicult people, I suggest that you get in touch with people in your homelands back in the third world and maybe suggest, what the hell? These British Canadians are going to regain legal control in Canada. So maybe mom and pops, maybe we better stay here in our third world country, because there's a backlash going on in Canada, in Britain, in Australia, in New Zealand. We'll be back where we should be, in full control of our territories. Yes, our ancestors were kind of rough. Yes, we stole land from others. Yes, we took it. Whatever, but that's the way it is. Too bad. Get used to it. Get used to it. The white man is fighting back legally. We are going to continue with these 15 minutes plus videos every 2 weeks. I hope I've excited you a little bit today. Our next video will be probably the second week of March, bi-weekly, as we've said. Now, folks, if you get this and you get to see it, then you'll know that Johnny Boy succeeded in his first, on his own, recording. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Do give us some support. Check out the editorials on our homepage. Goodbye for now.